been a conviction in this country, ever. And when there's no accountability, the officers can act with impunity because the government allow them to get away with blue murder. We all have to stand together firmly in unity to show the world that enough is enough. The judicial system is institutionally broken. And we cannot have that anymore. Our lives matter. Black, white, Indian, Chinese. We are human beings. We can't breathe. 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 In 1994, in this country, a gentleman by the name of JetBlakInk was killed in exactly the same circumstances as Eric Gardner.
That's right.
In 1994, in this country, where officers put him in a chokehold and he died. There was an inquest where it was an unlawful killing verdict.
That's right.
In 1990, in the 90s, nobody really knows about that case. But we have to remember this is exactly the same as Eric Gardner, where he said, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. We 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 can't breathe. Jimmy Mabenga.
That's right.
Where in the Old Bailey, there's a criminal case going on right now where he was killed by G4 officers on the plane being deported. He said on the plane, I can't breathe.
That's right.
We can't breathe. 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 Also said they're killing me. And the officers sat there and put his head while he was on the chair and restrained him in a prone position until he died literally in the chair of the airplane.
No justice, no peace. 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 No justice, no peace.
My name is Sia. I'm 22. I came today to support the movement. I came today to understand people's pain. I think I came today to just make sure that things that I'm seeing on the TV, I came today to make sure things weren't just fake. I came today, I wasn't being fed lies. I came today to make sure I was hearing it from the front line. And from what I saw today, there's a lot of passion that is going covered up as anger. People are trying to blast it on the screens and call it something that it isn't. These are people trying to speak up from a legitimate point of view. It's not okay to kill someone on the job and to not even be indicted for it. It's not okay that someone can video record the instance and that he would be the person going to jail. And the police officer who actually put the man in the chokehold is walking free. That's not okay.
Free to live his life.
Yeah, I came today to make sure that everything we were saying was of one accord, and I'm very proud of the people that came through today and supported.
What do you want? Justice! What do you want it now? What do you want? Justice! What do you we want? Justice! What do you want it? Now! What do you want? Justice! What do you want it? Now! What do you want? Justice! What do you want it? Now! What do you want? Justice! What do you want it? Now! We can't breathe! 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 We can't breathe!
I'm Joseph, I'm 28. I hoped to make sure that we continue to spread what had started in the States, because there's a lot of things that we can stand in solidarity with on both sides of the pond. I also hope that the injustices here that have been swept under the rug haven't been ignored, so we hope to shed some light on that, as well as shedding some light on the injustices currently going on in the United States.
We're told that racism is over, right? We're told that racism doesn't exist. We live in a colorblind society. But in America, if you're a black man, there's a third chance you'll spend time in prison. There are more black men in prison than there were black men in the slave era. What is that? If you're a black person in Ferguson, you're more likely to get stopped by the police, even though white people are more likely to have drugs on them. What is that? If you're a black or Asian person on the street in the UK, you are more likely to get stopped by the police, even though you're less likely to have drugs on you. What is that?
Racism!
If you're a black person in America, you can get lynched on the streets with impunity. What is that?
Racism!
If you're an immigrant, you will get shot out of the country, even though it was Western colonialism that fucked up your country in the first place. Black bodies are disposable to a fucked up capitalistic system that puts the profit of the prison industrial complex before our lives. If you got skills in your hand, if you got cigarettes in your hand, if you got cigarellos, or if you're just walking down the street while black, you could get killed. What is that?
Racism!
For Gardner and the other young black men that have been killed by the police in the recent weeks. I've been seeing a lot of footage in the news, on YouTube, by other people, other citizens, such as us, that are out here at these protests, filming things. The police are attacking protests for no good reason. They're just escalating things. To me, it seems like we're moving towards a police state.
I want to give condolences to the families of all those who have been murdered in custody, whether you've been in America or in Britain. They mention in America every 28 hours a black man is killed. So we know, therefore, we're not just here for Eric Gardner and Mike Brown. When we look at the founding of the United Families and Friends campaign in 1997, one of the founding members of that campaign was Myrna Simpson. Her daughter was Joy Gardner. I don't know if you heard what I just said. Joy Gardner. We're talking about Eric Gardner, right? Well, for those of you, there's no relation. The only commonness is the same wicked imperialist system which is carrying out its same oppression in America as it is over here. For those of you who is not familiar with Joy Gardner, let me tell you again, because it's worthwhile keep on telling our people, because we should never forget these individuals, because they're martyrs for justice. And as a result of them standing up, we're going to bring about a change. Yes. For those of you who don't know, the police and immigration officers broke into Joy Gardner's house in front of her 6-year-old son, Graham, put 13 feet of tape around her mouth, suffocating her. I'm sure she was calling out and saying she can't breathe either.
Dirty Babylon!
But this didn't mean anything to those.
Babylon!
That's right, they're more than dirty. Them are killers. And we say an injury to one is an injury to all, but they're gonna get what's coming to them. And as a result of that, the United Friends and Families campaign, along with other families campaign, was established. We focus on those who were killed in the hospitals, the psychiatric hospitals, the prisons, and by the police and the immigration.
My name is Sienna and I'm 23. And I came today so that I'm present. I came to be on the right side of history. I came to make sure that my voice was heard. I came to make sure that our voices are being heard and listened to. I don't think they're being listened to, but people are hearing us, and that's a start. I came today to show solidarity with Ferguson, with the Gardner family, with the Martin family, with the Brown family. I came today to, show solidarity with the Duggan family and with countless other families who have lost someone because they are black. Simple as that. I came today because I have a brother. I have a cousin. I came today because I got a little sister. I have a boyfriend. I came today because I'm a black woman. I'm a black person. I came today because there's a war that has been waged on black bodies, and it looks like our lives are disposable, but we're going to say that our lives do matter because they at least matter to us and our allies, and that's a start. And the unity that's been shown today is really important. The police, they were good at first, then let's just say they started to get very aggressive, very police-like, but we came and we stood up to them. They tried to throw their weight around a bit, but we stood up to them and said, you know what, it's our civil right to protest peacefully. It's our civil right to speak up against injustice. It's our civil right to speak when they're slaughtering our sons and our brothers and our children. I'm here today for my unborn children. I'm here today for the children who came before me. I'm here today for those who will come after me, because I know that this battle isn't going to be finished in my generation, to be honest, and I'm really tired that I'm here in 2014 and I'll be here in 2015. I'm so tired that people who did it in the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, it wasn't enough. So I'm here today so that one day other people won't be here today.
Sincerely. I pray that my children will not have to stand up and say that Black Lives Matter.
They matter, and one day it will just be common sense, y'all.
Why does it need to be said? One day it will just be common sense.
Hi everybody, I'm from New York. I can't breathe, 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 I can't breathe. 11 times, and they still say they did not know they were killing him. Shame! What is the price for Black lives? In New York alone, they're spending $119 million for civil rights violations. Americans are 8 times more likely to be killed by a policeman than by a terrorist, so who should we really fear?
The police.
Imagine if we lived in a world where we were not judged by the color of our skin, but by the merit of our hearts. Imagine if black skin was not a crime or a threat. Imagine if we lived in Martin Luther King Jr.'s dream. A dream I know he's still proud of. Not because we are living in it, but because we are still fighting for it. Eric Gardner was publicly executed on tape, ruled a homicide, and still no indictment. Still no justice. Still we weep for those that have fallen. Still we weep for Mike Brown, for Trayvon Martin, for Aiyana Stanley Jones, and for Tamir Rice. Still, we weep for our martyrs. Americans, blacks, were led to believe that we came from nothing, that we are nothing, completely ignoring the years of systematic injustice. From hundreds of years to the most brutal form of slavery, the dehumanization of a people, to Jim Crow, to redlining, to stop and frisk. And yet we are still in this era that they led us to believe that we are out of.
don't get no peace, if we don't get no justice, then we don't get no peace. If we don't get no justice, then we don't get no peace. If we don't get no justice, then we don't get no peace. If we don't get no justice, then we don't get no peace.
This is a message for you politicians and dudes that form the Constitution. You can shoot the revolutionary, but you cannot shoot the revolution. For all y'all who don't know, I'm about to clear up and clarify the solution, kind of confusion, and leave it up to you to come to a solution. You might think that black Americans, no. You might think that black people are treated equal. If you do, you are wrong and have it mixed up like a solution. This right here is my contribution to you some. If you see a black man on the TV, 90% of the time, it's because he's gruesome. They're using propaganda like Hitler's used on the Jews. Guns and the word Negro go hand in hand, as if they are both passengers of the Titanic. And to be quite honest, it's gruesome. Blackjack, it's like a gamble, because the rose might not grow from the concrete. It might emerge and for no reason at all, just get its ass beat. You ever wonder why Africans make the best athletes? It's because for years they've been running from injustice. And it's not about just this. Rest in peace, Eric. Rest in peace, Trayvon. I'm going to finish this verse by saying, this world is not a safe haven.
Is that it?
Get back! Get back! Get back! Back off! Get back! Get back!
What happens in a country like the United States obviously has global implications, and we're not safe, from the ripples of that. And we also have our own injustice here in terms of the way policing is in this country. So I don't think we are by any means, in a better situation in many respects. And I think it's time to sort of take a stand and realise that the police, are civil servants and they're accountable to us.
We thought it was an amazing thing that everyone came together to create this awareness that not a lot of people know about. However, the police were not very, what's the word? They were not helpful. They kept telling people that they can't go in and they must stand. So that clearly shows the reason that we came here. We think it's a good thing that the students stood up for themselves and showed them that police are not above the law and that.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, black lives do matter as well. So I don't think it's fair that they get treated like that.
You can't ignore the issue.
Yeah.
I want all of you to understand this isn't a black and white matter. This is a matter about the police abusing their power. Imagine your son, your brother, your daughter gets murdered and the whole world knows who murdered him or her, but yet they just walk around. Tell me, is that fair? Forget about colour, forget about the badge, just think about human life. Is it fair that a murderer gets to walk around?
So when you saw all the young people come out today, what were your thoughts when you reached that barricade over there?
It gave me hope. It gave me hope because I saw what real black people are like today. Not what you see in the media, not the propaganda that the BBC or the ITV want to show you. I saw what was in my brothers and sisters' heart. I saw the pain, I felt the injustice, and I saw the love in their hearts for their brothers and sisters. So that we all come out here and we join together for this injustice, because if one of us struggles to breathe, we all gasp for breath. I think Protesting is brilliant to get the message out there. It's brilliant to get people to join our cause, but now we must organise. At the end of the day, we know that the government care about money. That is what they care about, money and taxes, and we must come together and stop spending our money in places like Westfield. Stop spending our money where these people profit. At the end of the day, all these people understand is money. We can come out here and scream and shout as much as we want, but we need to organise ourselves, okay? Each and every one of you organise yourselves. It's not about just coming and screaming and shouting. Get on Twitter, get on Facebook, connect with people that are like-minded like you. There is more good in this world than bad. Do not let the government pretend. They try and rule us by divisive politics. At the end of the day, we all want the same thing. We all want to love, we want to thrive. Nobody that I know wants to prosper at anybody else's misfortune.
The police think they are above the law. They are not. I think law should be there for everyone to serve. If there is a law, everyone should serve it, period. If the police are not serving the law, why are you there? You are there to serve us, me, all of us. You are there to protect us.
You're not there to enforce white supremacy. You're not there to enforce white supremacy. You're there to protect all of your civilians, whether black, white, whatever their colour. You're there to protect them, not to harass them, not to constantly stop and frisk. You're not there for that. We're not here on a joke. Like, this is not a joke. It will not end until there is justice. There will be no peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Excellent. Excellent.